Thousands of civilians have fled Syria's Manbij as a coalition of Arab and Kurdish forces close in on the Daesh-held town in the country's north. According to the so-called Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, Daesh has allowed civilians to flee towards the west. About 20,000 people are still living in Manbij. The town used to house about 120,000 Syrian Arabs and Kurds before the war started. In the country, Daesh terrorists captured the town in early 2014. The U.S.-backed offensive by the Syrian Democratic Forces aims to cut a key supply lifeline for the terrorists and pave the way for the liberation of Raqqa, the main Daesh stronghold in Syria. Syrian activist and political commentator Mimi Alam joins us now from Australia. Ms. Alam, welcome to the program. Talk to us about the significance of these operations to liberate Manbij.
Well, it seems to be that the U.S. is trying to take a piece of Syria by pushing forward this idea that the Kurds and the SDF are the only legitimate force fighting ISIS right now. And it's one of their means by which they don't have to work with the only force really capable of defeating ISIS once and for all, which is the Syrian army, the mechanized army that has tanks and whatnot. So I think this action by the SDF forces, backed by the United States, is just an attempt to show that the U.S. is really doing something against ISIS, when all this while it's been backing ISIS in the destabilization of Syria.
Well, the Kurdish and SDF forces have also launched an offensive to liberate the main strongholds of Raqqa, but also, if we recall, we heard the speech that Syrian President Bashar al-Assad made to Parliament yesterday. He promised that the city of Aleppo will also turn into a graveyard for terrorists. Aleppo obviously is on the top of the list of cities that need to be liberated in Syria.
Well, absolutely. And the president also said that every inch of Syria will be returned and will be liberated. And that will include the northeast of Syria, Al-Hasakeh province. And as you may know, in 1982, Israel created the Yinon Plan, which talked about balkanizing Syria and creating a Kurdish state. And what we're seeing now is basically the objective of the US and Israel unfolding in attempting to create Sunni regions, Alawite regions, Druze regions, and Kurdish regions in Syria through the use of both the terrorists and the SDF. And basically, it seems to be that they are most certainly now unsuccessful with every part of their operation. They are, however, getting limited success in the creation of a Kurdistan in Syria, and the president and the military are absolutely going to fight this, and they're going to try to keep Syria unified, and that is why the Syrian army is marching towards Tabqa. And we mentioned that it is a race towards who can get Raqqa first, because the US wants to take it, and like Germany was divided in World War II, they want to take it so that the Syrian military and the Russian military don't get there first and don't keep Syria united. And that's what's going on in Manbij.
Okay, thank you very much, Syrian activist and political commentator Mimi Alam joining us from Australia.